Welcome everyone to episode 8 of the Take Aim Gamescast. I'm your host Scott Mills, a Microsoft/PC expert. I'm joined as always on my left by Brett Wolf, the PlayStation expert.
What's up, guys?
And over here on my right, I've got Eric King, the Nintendo expert / a little bit of everything.
What's up, guys?
Damn, dude.
And on my far left, we have our returning guest, Jared.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh my god.
That's right.
Wave to the crowd.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
I feel like we just did a show, Jared, man.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the first time you showed up on our webcast, we did our PlayStation. That was our most viewed video, so we wanted to bring him back. And
I love you.
It feels more recent than 2
Okay.
weeks ago, though.
Not in front of everybody.
Not in front of me. You might be watching.
but yeah, so what Eric is alluding to is we've had a little bit of technical difficulties with this video. It's been kind of a frustrating night for us. We taped an hour-and-a-half video, and we checked the phone to see how it recorded, and there were only 7 minutes recorded.
Damn it! Throw the laptop!
And yeah, cue rage from all of us.
Give me the beer! It goes like up in sparks and shit.
And now
Give me your beer!
This video is now destroyed too.
Man, fuck this video.
Oh.
Fuck the Oscars! And fuck you!
So this is our second take of the episode 8.
Part two.
We had a really good episode planned out for you guys. We're gonna go over what you missed because that was the greatest video ever.
It was pretty good.
And you guys don't get to see it, but we're gonna fill you in on what happened. So our episode today was supposed to be about fantasy video games. We did a live draft.
Fantasy video games? Like, what?
Final Fantasy
Final
16.
We did a live draft. No. So it's kind of like fantasy football, except you're picking video games that you think are going to review well
Cold chills, dude. Sorry, Scott, go ahead.
in 2019. And you get points based on how your
What's the
games
website
review.
called?
It's called fantasycritic.games. So you guys can type that in any internet browser on your phone. You can get on the internet on your phone and type that in fantasycritic.games. You could create your own league, do your own draft. You're able to follow our league. We just set up a league. It's called Take Aim Games. You can search for that league and follow it, and you can stay updated on our standings on that. We're going to go through our picks that we made during our first video. We're going to recap everything that we picked. So, I don't know, do we want to start off with our team names?
Oh yeah, the team name.
Yeah. So,
What was the order of? We should get mine out of the way.
yes, so Jared had the number 1 overall pick. We determined the pick order just randomly before we did our first stream. And Jared's name is publisher / team name is Big Interactive Bobs.
And what's the
Big Interactive Bobs.
reasoning behind that?
Because.
Do you like Big Interactive Bobs?
Well, you know, it's like they're big and they're interactive. They're Bobs, so send Bobs.
Send Bobs. Emmy, send Bobs.
No cloth, please.
And then
There's no cloth at all.
wow, okay.
Oh, I just got it. No.
Are you okay?
No.
Okay.
Just no. I
I have a heart attack.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Fuck.
CPR.
Open up your cloth. Alright, anyway, so so it's Brett, yep. Big interactive Bob.
Okay.
Okay, and then the second pick was me. On the site, my username is RebornSoul27, so if you see that, that's me. My team name / publisher name is Millsing Out the Games. My last name is Mills, so it makes sense. And then the third pick was Eric, and his team name was. We have interactive is in common in a lot of these.
I started the trend.
So his publisher / team name is Tight Interactive Vaganas.
Nice.
Vaganas or
No, Vaganas.
It is Vagana. Okay, it's Vagana. Okay. And what is behind that name, Eric?
Do you like?
I thought it was a good name, and yeah, I like tight interactive Veganas.
Well, like, it's like, it's like when something's really cool or whatever, oh, this is tight, dude.
Oh,
Like, this is tight. Like, this is tight, bro.
And it's interactive.
Like, bro, this is really tight, bro.
Yeah, this game.
And Veganas are kind of iguanas, right?
Bro, this is tight.
Yeah. Bro, this is dope.
Like, bro.
I'm like, bro. Oh, bro. That's, dude, give me a fucking fist bump, dude.
And the final pick went to Brett, and his publisher / team name is fittingly Wolf Interactive Entertainment.
Not to be confused with Sony Interactive Entertainment. And I feel very confident with my team. And I came up with my team name because I'm a mature individual. And,
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm the commissioner.
Okay, so I wanted to go over the rules of this for everybody. So our rosters have 10 slots. So we have room for 10 games, but we only drafted, when we did our first video, we only drafted 8 teams per person, or 8 games per team, I should say. And so we had 32 picks in total. And then after that, there were called counter picks. So each team got to pick 2 counter picks. So what counter picks are? We're trying to pick a game that somebody else drafted that we think is going to do bad. So the benchmark review score that the points are based off of is 70 overall. So what was the game site that they're using for the reviews?
OpenCritic.
OpenCritic.
Yeah.
So if it gets a 70 on OpenCritic, that's like a 0. And then for every point over 70 it gets, you get 1 point for your fantasy team. So an 86 would get like 16 points. Every point after 90 overall gets 2 points.
Double points.
So yeah, I think Eric is.
You getting sleepy?
Yeah, it's fucking 11 o'clock out here.
It's alright.
It's 11 o'clock Eastern time on a Friday night.
Been up since 4 a.m.
Friday, January 25th,
He took a nap.
That is a
He
long
took a
time.
2-hour nap.
2019.
This is Eric on a power nap. Okay,
Eric
but
on
yeah,
break.
so yeah, every point over 90 overall is 2 points, so you get really big bonuses if your game is scored over a 90 overall. Now with the counter picks, if a game gets under 70 points, you get points for that. Set over 70 overall, you get points for that. If the game didn't come out, that's also really good. If the game gets over 70 and you counter picked on it, you lose points. So if you could be risky and be like, oh, I don't think this game's going to come out in 2019, but if it does and it gets really high score, then we're screwed. That's very detrimental to us.
What's the score,
So
like,
if
say, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
say a game doesn't come out, like, how many points would you get for that? Because
It's
it's not
just
going
a
to be based on a
0.
score.
Yeah, so it's just a 0.
No, I mean, like, as a counter, if you did a counter, like, would you get any
I
points
think
for that?
it's still 0.
Really?
But
Yeah.
the thing is that you're
Or
not
is it
getting
70?
any detrimental.
I don't know. I don't know about
It's
that.
7, you lose
I just feel like that
70.
would be a waste of a
10?
counter pick then.
I don't know.
Well, but how many of the games that we drafted do you think, if they came out, would get under a 70 review score? Because that's a pretty bad score.
Yeah, that
and
is.
we picked games that we think are
That
going
we
to
think
be
are going to
really
be
good.
scored well, yeah.
So if it doesn't come out in
I'd be surprised
2019,
if any of the games we picked get under 70.
was just curious about that. Because, like, you know, you do your counter pick, you get points if they don't perform, you know, well. So it's like, what happens if it just doesn't even come out? Like,
I guess
you
we'll
points for that,
find
like a
out.
fixed rate. Like, that's what I was curious about.
So yeah, this competition takes place throughout the entire year, and at the end of the year, whoever has the most points between all the games that they pick total wins, is crowned the champion. We're just doing this for bragging rights. There's no actual money on the line. Something I forgot to mention. So I said there's 10 roster slots. We only drafted 8. So there's room for 2 pickup teams or games. Where you can, throughout the year, if there's a game that gets a release date, all of a sudden one day, and you're like, oh, I need to pick this game up because I think it's going to do really good now that I know it's coming out in 2019. There's a budget system. So if you've ever played fantasy football and you've done those draft systems with the budget style where you pick up free agents, you put in a secret bid on how much you think that game is worth. Whoever bids the highest gets that game then. So and the pickup dates is Monday is when it processes the bids. So
But we can only pick up 2 games.
yeah, so you only pick up 2 games throughout the year. I'm guessing probably around E3 would probably be a big time whenever, because you'll see new stuff announced, release dates announced then. But yeah, that's basically it. I guess, so Brett, we can probably go through the, unless there's any other rules I missed, we can probably go through our selections.
Yeah, no, I think you covered everything. Do you guys want to go through?
Rocky Chef.
Do you guys want to go through like how we did our picks, or go through the teams? Because I think the audience will rather see us how we drafted in order.
Yeah, I want to go through the
It's
draft
easy.
order.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read each and every pick by what team, and then if you have something to say about the game you picked, after I announce it,
Okay.
you know, put it out there, we have a discussion about it. Everybody cool with that?
Okay.
So with the first pick, Big Interactive Bob selected Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
I mean, I think that speaks for itself. From Software, you know, obviously, you know, the Souls series, you know, Bloodborne did really well, and as being, you know, the most, well, no, actually, Dark Souls 3 was the most recent, like, new game, I think.
Correct.
I wouldn't consider Dark Souls Remastered to be a new game, so obviously it's technically not, but yeah, I feel like them doing a single-player venture, especially with, you know, a lot of multiplayer-focused games, I think a lot of people will gravitate towards that, especially because, you know, the PvP was kind of it can kind of be a rough thing for new people to get into.
Giant dads everywhere and shit.
So not having that,
Dude,
you know,
it's a giant dad, dude.
it's gonna introduce people. I mean, it seems to be similar to the Souls games as far as gameplay for the most part. So I feel like that would be a good first game for people to play if they haven't played them yet. So yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. With the number 2 pick, I took Cyberpunk 2077. This was definitely a hotly debated pick because a lot of people don't think it's going to come out in 2019, but I really think it's going to come out in 2019. I was reading a story, like they have a government grant given to them to help finish this game. And like if it's not released by June, I think that grant gets out. So it doesn't work anymore.
There's no way it's released.
And they haven't filed any extensions, so
Close
I mean maybe it won't be out by June, but I think it'll be out before the end of the year.
Okay.
I think if it does come out, it's going to be the game of the year. So because it's a huge game. I like everything I've seen of it so far.
With a 3rd overall pick in the draft, Tight Interactive Vegana selected Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah, the Xbox exclusive game.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting myself to draft an Xbox game first round, but here I am getting Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
It'll be a good pick.
Well, Ori and the Blind Forest.
I think it makes sense because Ori and the Blind Forest was very critically acclaimed, and I think it got like a 89% on, what was it, Open Critic?
Open Critic.
Yeah, I think you got like an 89% on Open Critic, and I'm pretty positive this game's coming out in 2019, so I think it's a safe pick, and it's gonna, I think, probably at least get an 85 for Open Critic, so definitely a safe pick for the first round.
Cool.
Not a game I'm interested in, though. I don't know about any of you guys. I'm always interested in it for
I did not
for
play.
fantasy.
I did not play Blind Forest, but I think it looks like a good.
No, it does look like a very good side scroller type game, but it's just not the type of games I'm really into. So.
All right, so with the 4th overall pick, Wolf Interactive Entertainment selected Pokemon Generation 8 games. We don't know the actual name of those games, but what the Generation 8 title is going to be.
What's so fucking funny?
But yeah, to pick that number 1 overall, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's a Nintendo game, it's a Pokemon game, and those are relatively critically acclaimed, and you know, I'm pretty sure this game has been forecasted to come out this year. Mm-hmm. So I had to jump up at the opportunity to grab it and make it kind of like my the backbone of my team. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this draft went in a snake style draft like a fantasy football draft would have. So you also got the 5th pick.
Mm-hmm.
And you selected Devil May Cry 5.
5 Devil May Cry. Never played any of the other Devil May Cry games, but I know a lot of people adore these games, and Devil May Cry 4 came out a long time ago, so I know people are itching to get back into the genre and the hack and slash games, and yeah, I mean, it seems like it's got a lot of hype behind it, so see what happens.
All right. So yeah, I've never played any of the Devil May Cry 5 or Devil May Cry games either, but I think that this one definitely has a shot at being pretty good. With the 6th pick, Tight Interactive Vagamas selected Animal Crossing. So you're thinking that Animal Crossing 2 is coming out? This year?
It's not 2. It's more like 4 or something. But but.
Eric's trying to drop some knowledge,
So,
excuse me.
Well, the game on here, it just says
Excuse me here.
It just says Animal Crossing, so
Right.
I'm like, okay, well,
It's the second console version of the game, but no, I'm definitely excited for this game, and it's actually one I'm interested in buying. But the only thing is, I'm not real positive it'll be a game coming out this year. Every Animal Crossing that's come out so far, up to the date, has been highly reviewed. So I think
alright,
it's a good pick.
okay.
I agree.
No, I agree. Animal Crossing is a good pick in the second round.
I've only played the first one, and I think it was New Leaf for 3DS, and I like both the games that I've played. So
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know what that.
No, I want to
no,
see,
no.
like, cause I was kind of thinking, like, who likes it better, Eric or Jared? Maybe
I've only played 2 of them, so
I mean, have you played?
2 of them.
which ones did you play?
Which ones have you played?
New Leaf and the GameCube version.
Dude! Animal Crossing
Did you fully pay
trivia.
off your house on either one?
Yeah, I think so. I think I paid them off.
I don't know. We'd have to like compare
It's
save
been
files.
a
but
while. Yeah.
I'll never be able to find my GameCube.
Animal Crossing competition going on. Alright, with the 7th pick, Millsing Out the Games took Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Yeah, so I think that they're going to improve on the First Division game. The First Division game, it wasn't like greatly reviewed, but it wasn't horrible either. I think that the Division 2 has a lot of hype from people going for it. I probably am not going to play it myself, but I do think it's going to be reviewed highly. And we have it's a safe pick because it has a confirmed 2019 release date. I think March sometime, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
like the middle of March.
And then with the 8th pick, we're back to Big Interactive Bob's. And we, Big Interactive Bob's took Doom Eternal with the 8th pick. So, he's thinking that game's coming out in 2019, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's
Yeah.
purely my own hype on me picking that. I just feel like I was, like, the first one to me was a really good game.
It was.
It's really hard for me to sit there and actually, get engaged in a game, especially nowadays, working full time, things like that, it does kind of wear on you to like sit there and actually play a game, and like that's one of the few games I've actually been able to like play through pretty consistently. So, and it's just a good game. So I have high hopes for the new one.
Yeah, and then with the 9th pick, you also took Death Stranding.
Yeah.
So that game, I'm not really confident that game is going to come out in 2019.
Yeah, that's a big.
If it does, you might.
It's a big if. It's a big hope.
Yeah.
It's a new hope.
Oh. I like that.
There it is. There it is. The cringe comp.
Mm-hmm. Thought we got rid of those from the.
No. I'm bringing them back.
All right. Hey, with the 10th pick, Millsing out the games took Far Cry New Dawn. Never played one of the Far Cry games, but their Far Cry, again, that's a safe pick. It's coming out just next month here in February, and Far Cry games seem to do pretty well usually with the reviews, so I think this one won't be any different. So
Just burp.
So that was.
I got a little gas.
I think we're up to the 11th pick. With the 11th pick, Tight Interactive Veganas, continuing with another Nintendo game. He took Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Plus me.
So yeah.
Mouth.
Huh?
Hand.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's okay, we're working on it.
I mean,
But yeah, the
Fire
rest of
Emblem
us
games,
don't know much.
once again
but-
review, but really good. But I mean, it's been a while since I played a good turn-based strategy game, so
Yeah,
definitely excited for this game.
I always like turn-based strategy, so I think
Yeah,
that could
because
be good.
I mean, I guess Civilization's a turn-based,
Mhm.
but
You mentioned it in the last episode, right? That one coming out in the Nintendo
did.
one.
I did.
I remember you talking about the new Fire Emblem.
Huge Fire Emblem fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, let's get back to the 118 here.
Alright, so with the 12th pick, Wolf Interactive Entertainment selected Days Gone.
Yeah, coming in April of this year, made by Bend Studio, and I know people are kind of lukewarm on Bend and what they've seen so far. Another zombie game. They're called Freakers in the Days Gone universe. But I mean, I think this has it's a Sony first-party game, and those have been hits all generation. So I gotta trust that they looked at this game, said, "Hey, it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be a game that is gonna get the player engaged and can win awards." So I think this has a chance to be something different than just another zombie game. I mean, look at The Last of Us. People were kind of getting sick of zombie games when The Last of Us Part 1 came out.
Yeah.
And that was a game. Not saying this game's going to be a Last of Us at all.
Ended up being
I mean, that was
insanely good.
yeah. But I think it's going to be a fun game, and the new trailers that they're showing look phenomenal. So I think the delay was really helpful for them to kind of go through all the bugs and try to make this game more fun. So yeah, I'm hopeful. Not saying I'm going to buy it day one, but I'm hopeful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely sure that I think it'll be a good game, and if it reviews well, I'd think about picking it up.
Yeah, me
myself,
too.
So
Me too.
Definitely would. With the 13th pick, Wolf Interactive Entertainment also selected Dreams.
Yeah, Dreams. That's in closed creative beta. Coming from Media Molecule, and that's another Sony first-party studio. The creators are Little Big Planet 1 and 2, and Tearaway. And yeah, I mean, Eric was talking about in our unrecorded video about the stuff he's seen on YouTube of them creating.
oh yeah, that stuff looks real.
What have you seen?
there was a nice horror game that some guy made. I mean, it's only been a week at that Games Van beta, and this guy had like a whole freaking I don't know, it's probably like 10 rooms that they showed. I don't even think they showed the whole video, but this guy had like these rooms you were going through, the like lighting and everything he did, like just the atmosphere of that game was like insane for just having a week to do that thing. And he even had like, you know, fucking zombies or whatever, like chasing after him. Like it was crazy that he could just do that in a week.
And then they had
and then
the
they
one
had
game.
Dead Space.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that was just like you know one part of one level where they were just walking up and they had like a space.
But even
showing, it was crazy like what they can do with that game because it's like
it's a game engine. It's a game of a game engine.
Is
like you can make so much different stuff with that. Like I've seen there was like a Dark Souls game that some guy made, and like. It's supposed to be like just.
Can we co-op in it, dude?
Yeah.
Can we co-op?
I mean, it wasn't quite to like the graphics of Dark Souls. It was more of like a cartoony version, but I guess the difficulty was similar. And for these guys to be doing this in just a week, I would love to see like what some of these guys can do in like give them 6 months.
Oh
You just buy like even if you don't want to create, you can buy this game and play all these guys.
Right.
And it's like. There's so much content you get with one game.
Yeah, I mean, for a game that's going to be continuously updated by the community, and like I'm not one that's very creative, but I would love to play Dead Space again, or play a Dark Souls game.
Imagine how many like horror games you can get just in that, like you know, what was that game? Outlast, I think. Oh. Outlast. They had like people can make fucking Outlast in that thing like nothing. Like if that guy's doing what he did in 1 week.
Yeah, so that's very cool for people with really creative minds, but maybe not the experience, like in terms of programming or anything.
I want to get this game even to see what I can do with it.
Make
like,
your stuff,
Like I don't know how the tools work in that game, but
we'll have to see.
I would like to check it out just to even try to make something. But if not that, then just try other people's stuff.
So I do think that game is finally going to come out this year. They finally started sending out beta codes for the creative beta, so I think it's a good chance of it coming out this year.
I mean, I wasn't on board with it until I started seeing these videos this week.
Yeah, really I need to watch them on YouTube and see what it's all about.
Yeah, that's a cool pick, I think, too. So, going back to Tight Interactive Veganas, with his third straight Nintendo pick, he selected Luigi's Mansion 3. So you really were going for the Nintendo games here.
Yeah, I didn't actually look up the review on the original, but I'm pretty sure the original reviewed pretty high. And, I mean, can't go wrong picking a Nintendo game, really.
I don't think it was like a super highly reviewed game, but yeah, it wasn't badly reviewed at all, the original.
Well, people loved it, so I mean... Can't go wrong picking a Nintendo game, really. The floor for those games is pretty high, so...
Okay, well, with the 15th pick, Millsing Out the Games selected Mortal Kombat 11. I really liked what I saw from it wasn't even a gameplay trailer, but I think it was at the Game Awards show that they had a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. And I thought it looked really cool.
Oh, with like Scorpion and Raiden.
Yeah.
Like fighting.
Yeah, certainly it looked every bit like Mortal Kombat that people enjoy. I think it's a fairly safe pick.
Yeah, the only thing that I would worry about as far as reviews go is, you know, it being kind of like the same game over and over again.
It could suffer from that, but
that's the only worry I would
have.
There
are 11 games through, and
they're still getting high reviews.
So
seems to be a very quality fighting game. Probably the
NetherRealm
top of the game as far as fighting goes.
Well, I know like Injustice 2, which was also created by NetherRealm Studios, got good reviews. So I would be surprised if this game doesn't get good reviews.
Alright, so with the 16th pick, Big Interactive Bobs selected Medieval. So you enjoyed that. I don't know anything about that game.
Oh, it's just like a third person, action adventure. it came out forever. I don't know what year it came out, but it came out forever ago on PlayStation 1.
Okay.
And
This
being
is
a kid,
then.
yeah, and being a kid, playing the game, and I always wanted to go back and like play it again. You know what I mean? And I know that there's, like I said this in the original recording, but I know there's got to be people, like me, who like just want to play it again, like re-experience it, especially because it's going to be new. So yeah, I think it'll do pretty well. I think they're probably going to be able to recreate it enough to where, just like how, I don't know, Shadow of the Colossus was, you know what I mean? To where they add enough to it, but at the same time, it's
yeah, you said enough for Brett. He's on.
It's like in the same.
See, I know nothing about the game. Is that like a sword game or
A what game?
like a sword play?
Yeah, it's like a kind of like a hack and slash, like third person adventure.
Yeah, he plays like a skeleton thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of
skeleton
goofy,
knight.
like really cartoony looking and goofy. But I mean,
seen it ever, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those fun kind of games that like.
I
it flies under the radar because
Halloween is probably. I mean,
Not perfect,
October's
but-
like a good time to release that game.
Yeah, with the 17th pick, you also selected Metro Exodus.
Yeah, and that's strictly because I played I played one of them. I think it was Last Light on PS3 for a little bit, and then I got the collection that came out for the PS4. Well, it came out for current gen across the board, but I thought they were pretty fun. I don't know if it's super much. I don't know a lot about like the game. Like that was a very bad word choice there. Grammar school, here I come. But yeah, I mean, just from gameplay. I mean, the story's pretty interesting. Gameplay's good. I mean, there's definitely some concepts that like I'm not used to in games that like I haven't seen before. Like I don't know. I don't really feel like going all into it too much right now. It'll take up too much time. But yeah, I think it will do pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully,
fine.
anyway.
So with the 18th pick, Millsing Out the Games selected Anthem. I think BioWare, I've always been a fan of theirs. They just had the one mishap, their last game that came out with Mass Effect Andromeda, which didn't do well. But other than that, they've had a track record of having very successful, highly reviewed games. So I have faith that they'll get it right with Anthem.
it's different developers than Mass Effect and Andromeda, though. So
That's right. Yeah, that was
Different, same developer, different
Different
studio.
Different studio.
Yeah,
Team.
different team. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
actually the A team at BioWare, like some of the people from the A team that made
They've been working on Anthem probably this whole
working
time.
on
Yeah.
Anthem when it was
Yeah, so that's kind
Project
of why
Dawn.
I'm excited for that.
yeah, 'cause they didn't start Dragon Age until Anthem was done, right?
What? No, you mean the opposite.
The
Like,
new Dragon Age. I mean,
Feature,
Oh.
feature Eric Starman.
yeah, they'll probably just work. Yeah, I don't know if
New
you sure. What do you
Dragon
think?
How's Dragon Age 5? Like,
On the PlayStation 5.
oh god, dude. I'm crazy, dude.
Dude, we can make just like a Reddit cringe compilation of you just saying stuff in this podcast.
/ Take Game Games cringe.
Vinny will watch it.
Oh, with the
Thanks, Vinny.
with the 19th overall pick, Tight Interactive Veganas selected The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us Part 2.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I mean, I think we're all pretty confident here that Last of Us is going to be a highly reviewed game. It's just a question of whether
No
it's going to
doubt.
be out this year. So
Mhm.
it's a game I'm excited for, but we'll just see if it comes out
If you
this year.
if you haven't played part 1, do yourself a favor and play it because you're missing out on a great game. And Scott, you're up to play it. So
Yeah, I still have your copy.
See, yeah, because I didn't play that game until, like 2 or 3 years after it released, because I didn't have a PS, well, I had a PS3, but I just wasn't really playing it back then, and I got my PS4, and it came with it, and I just waited like 2 years before I even picked it up and started playing it, and man, I did not regret that, because that was one of the best stories in a game I've played.
no doubt. No doubt. And I don't think part 2 will let us down either. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a matter of it's a great pick. It's just a matter of if it comes out this year or not.
Yeah. With the 20th pick, Wolf Interactive Entertainment selected Yoshi's Crafted World.
I don't have much to say about this game besides that it's a Nintendo game and it's supposed to be coming out in the last week of March. Yeah, I never played Yoshi's like Woolly World or anything.
Yeah, that didn't get reviewed too great in this world.
I mean, I know Eric, you can probably speak more about this game than I can, but you know, it's kind of just like
I mean, they've had some great Yoshi
it's a
games,
platformer, isn't
like
it?
Yoshi's Island and.
Well, this is a platformer, right? But you use like the
Yeah, but I mean,
to
Yoshi's
kind of-
Island was a platformer too, and
Or are you like creating levels?
No,
Or
no, you just-
No, it is like its own like.
It kind of looks like Little Big Planet, but you
sort
don't create
of like
levels.
a Super Mario Bros, but you're Yoshi.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so I picked that. So
Yeah. Well, with the 21st pick, you also selected Wolfenstein Youngblood.
yeah, I thought this game was kind of under the radar because it's not a true
It
sequel
was on my radar.
to was it
Yeah.
to Wolfenstein 2. This is following BJ's twin daughters, if I'm not mistaken about that. Machine Games does a great job with the Wolfenstein franchise, and you know, they review well. It's a great single player first person shooter. So yeah, I'm excited to have that on my team, and I think it's going to score well, and I think it's going to come out this year too.
Have you played any of them yet?
No, I just saw you play Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, you got
At
to
your-
because they're a really good campaign because it does have a very good story. Like I know you're not big into first person shooters,
Yeah.
really, but this is like a good story game. So I think it would be something.
Do I need to
enjoy.
play?
It's easy trophies too.
Do I need to play Wolfenstein 1 to understand Wolfenstein 2?
Sorta. I mean, you can play Wolfenstein 2 and it won't hurt you to play it and not play 1, but like you'll understand stuff from 1 that is in 2. So.
Maybe I'll check that out when it goes on sale.
Yeah, because it was a very good game.
Okay.
Okay. With the 22nd pick, Titan Interactive Veganas selected Rage 2. I definitely am kind of excited for this game. I mean,
Yeah.
the first one didn't do great, I don't think, but
It didn't do great sales wise. It didn't do very well review wise,
Okay.
especially user review. My brother played it. I didn't play it, but I'm excited for it because I usually like any games that Bethesda publishes, really. And I don't know if they're the ones that are they the ones developing Rage 2?
I think it's a different
No,
studio.
it's,
I think it's ID software.
Is it?
Is it ID? Oh, well, I like ID because
Yeah.
they're the ones who do
Is that?
Is it id?
it or
Is it?
ID. I mean, people
Is it-
refer to it
I don't think
differently, but
I don't think id's making Rage 2.
Oh.
I don't think they are.
Look it up.
Okay. Well,
Let's skip
you can
over
look
it.
up, see
I
if
thought
I'm
I
right.
thought they were or either
I
that
thought
or
they were.
I thought they
helping
were
with
like
it,
two
maybe, but-
studios working together, and I thought
Yeah,
it was one.
maybe they were helping with it, but
But I forget what.
they do very good. Like I love like the controls of it games because they're the ones who do like Rage, right?
That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, It's being developed by Avalanche Studios
Avalanche.
in conjunction
With
with
id.
id software.
Okay, I
knew it
was
was
thinking it was
somehow-
Avalanche.
Okay.
But-
Avalanche.
They must have just they must have
I think
working.
it
They must
like
have two
handles the
teams.
gunplay basically, and then I guess Avalanche probably handles
Does it
like,
the
the
world
story and
and-
stuff
yeah.
in the world.
That would make
Yes,
sense.
Thank you for that clarification there.
Yeah, because I love the gunplay.
Yeah, I thought it was Avalanche, but I'm like I couldn't remember because I know they were working. They just finished Just Cause. Unless that's a whole different studio doing that.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
All right, with the 23rd pick, Millsy Not the Game selected The Outer Worlds. So I think that Obsidian, from what I've seen of this game so far, I'm excited about it. It kind of reminds me of some of the older school RPGs, 3D RPGs like Fallout New Vegas, Knights of the Old Republic 2, like type where you have the dialogue choices and you can choose, and the RPG elements where you're leveling up and everything. So I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with that. And this is like their first like big game that they're making, not in conjunction with another like Fallout New Vegas. They had the tools for Fallout already from Bethesda and some of those other titles they've worked on.
Well, I kind of wish they would like improve on their tools. Like I'm talking Fallout and like even Elder Scrolls. Like
Some other game engine.
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think they use the creation engine right now. They've used that for a long time, so for sure.
So outdated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that game. With the 24th pick, Big Interactive Bob's selected Control. So
yeah, I picked this game because Remedy and their early titles of Max Payne and Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, were pretty big deals for me when I was a kid growing up. I always thought to me, the dialogue and the stories and both of those games were like, to me, like super mind blowing and just like way out of left field. And I thought the character of Max Payne was really cool. And in the Control, the trailer that they released, like I recognized his voice immediately that was the dude who voiced Max Payne. So I'm like, okay, this looks pretty interesting. Plus the trailer was really like complex and it just like didn't make a whole lot of sense. So I'm like, the game looks to be a fairly interesting game that's probably got a lot to take in. So I'm into stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I picked that. I think it'll do good.
yeah. You also selected with the 25th pick, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So you said this one reminded you of Castlevania.
Well, no,
So
I think
it
I
is
want to
based
say,
on Castlevania.
yeah, I want to say
Castlevania game.
It is
one of
a
these, like the
Castlevania.
original or one of the original people that was. I'm not 100% sure because I never really played I've only played a couple Castlevania titles, but I want to say it's got some original Castlevania developers, if not just like one guy or whatever that's part of the team. And then I know people who are like huge Castlevania heads who like love those games, like are like really into the Bloodstained series. I don't know how many games have come out, but I know that they're like highly anticipating because I know one guy in particular who's like really looking forward to Ritual of the Night. So I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be reviewed fairly well with like people who are familiar with the series and just people who are Metroidvanias are they're pretty big game. Like they have pretty good followings of like the fans. So I think it'll do pretty well. So I think that was a safe choice.
Yeah. So with the 26th pick, Millsy Not the Game selected Psychonauts 2. I know Sean will be happy to hear me picking that game because I think me and him definitely shared an enjoyment for the first Psychonauts game a lot.
When's Sean coming on our podcast?
The humor is very good.
Did he come
I'll have to
as a
ask
guest?
him. Yeah, if he wants to come as a guest, we'll see. He's very busy lately with his work.
His wife, his family, and come on.
Oh, come on.
That's right. But we'll see. We might be able to get the famous Sean on here for an episode at some point. But yeah, Psychonauts 2, I like Tim Schafer games. I've mentioned that in the past on these Gamecasts. With the 27th pick, Tight Interactive Veganas selected Gears of War 5.
And 2 Xbox exclusive games. Let me rephrase. Xbox console exclusive. You play all these Xbox games on PC if you have a good one. So.
Yeah, no, it's a big year for Xbox 2 games coming out.
Yeah.
But I didn't play Gears 4.
Fuck the Xbox! Fuck the Oscars! And fuck you!
You're making fun of me. I'm the Microsoft.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know who you're.
Sorry.
I don't know who's played, any Gears. I'm assuming all of us have at least played like a little bit of Gears.
I played a little bit of the first one, and it was the shit. And then, Gears 4, I think, had Run the Jewels in it, and I thought that was badass. So, like, I wanted to get an Xbox just for that. And then, I didn't because it just wasn't worth the purchase because that would have been the only game I would have ever played on it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played through Gears 1, played, I think, through Gears 2 campaign, I want to say, and then 3, I didn't finish. 4, I didn't play at all. It's just kind of, it's getting burnt out on me, really, at this point.
It kind of runs toll, yeah.
Like, Xbox needs to learn to stop trying to keep stuff going, trying to dig out stop trying to build stuff and start some new series. Like, come on. That's all you got right now is Gears and Halo. Like,
Forza.
Forza is like the worst of all of them because they have like, what, fucking 11 games for Forza. Once this year's comes out, I think, there'll be 11 games for it. So.
Well, and Crackdown 3, but which none of us have. Well, I guess we're not
gonna
done.
pick that, and that's like
nobody
early in
picked
the
that.
year. Like,
Well, yeah, I was not picking Crackdown.
I thought the first Crackdown was really good though. Like I was like,
Yeah.
It sounds like the over the top,
It's
fucking
just the fact
sandbox
that it's
game
been
I
in
want.
development for so long. It's been delayed for so long. That it
people
makes
have seen
people
like the
scared.
gameplay that they're showing now. Like, they've been hyping this game up for years, and then they show this gameplay when it's a month and a half out of being released. Like, if that's like the best they got to show, like, I don't think that game's gonna be what people were expecting it to be.
Yeah. Well, let's move on here. We're on to the 28th pick. We're back up to Wolf Interactive Entertainment. With the 28th pick, you selected Shovel Knight, King of Cards.
Yeah.
So is this a card game?
No, it's going to be a Shovel Knight
Okay.
game. To be your platformer.
Okay.
Is it Metroidvania? Kind of.
But
Yeah.
I never played Shovel Knight games. It's kind of like my pick for, like Yoshi's Crafted World or Wolfenstein, where like
Okay.
I know
Just
they're
think
big.
It'll be good.
I know they're big franchises. I know Shovel Knight was a huge hit as an indie game when it came out a couple years ago. So I'm kind of riding those coattails of Shovel Knight. So I'm like, why not? So I do want to start getting into those games. Like I bought Hollow Knight. And I've enjoyed it for the most part. I just haven't gotten back to it since I've been busy with other stuff.
is that related at all? To
No, it's kind of like because Hollow Knight's made by Team Cherry. I'm sure it makes Shovel Knight, but it's not the same group. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's going to review well, and I think it's kind of like a sleeper this year. So I think it'll do well.
Okay, so we're on to the last round now. Wolf Interactive Entertainment selected The Pathless.
Yeah, the Pathless is being developed by Giant Squid Studios, and they created Abzu, which came out a few years ago, with the creative director from Journey, which is a critically acclaimed game that came out on the PS3 in 2013, and came in to the PS4 too. But yeah, the Pathless is kind of like, it was shown at the Video Game Awards in December, and it's kind of has like that look of like Shadow of the Colossus, and it's a bright, beautiful world. Not a lot of like dialogue, but the world kind of speaks for itself, and it kind of gets the player through the. Just kind of like picture like if you. Well, Eric, you played Journey. Journey played Journey. Did you ever play Journey?
I did not.
Where there was like no dialogue. All you had was a character making like sounds. But again, it was like the journey of like through the game that told a story of its own. So I think the Pathless looks great. It's one of the games that I probably will for sure buy day one as like an indie game. So I'm actually really excited to see how that develops. And anything remotely close to Shadow of the Colossus, I want to play. So that's the way it looks, because they show a bunch of creatures with different like hit points and different like biomes, I guess. So but yeah, I want to see what it's about, and I think it's gonna score well, hopefully. So
Okay. Well, with the 30th overall pick, Titan Interactive Veganas selected Shenmue 3.
Well, yes.
yeah, well, yeah.
Shenmue 3. I mean, I really don't know anything about this game. All I know is the guy came up on stage.
Crowdfunded.
Yeah, it was kickstarted.
Yeah, it was
It was
crowdfunded.
kickstarted back in 2016.
You got all those people who
Yu
are
Suzuki.
they're gonna be voting with their wallets, and it'll do well.
Shenmue 1 and 2 were remastered. I don't know if they were remade, but I think they were remastered. Back in August. So I mean, those games came out on the Dreamcast. So
that was long. That was
but fans are hungry for it. So I'm excited for that game. Just not even just for me who probably won't play it, but for people that are excited for it.
It seems to have a good following. Like, people really want the third one to come out. So,
we'll see how it does being crowdfunded and everything. With the 31st pick, millsing out the games selected Skull and Bones. So this is Ubisoft, and it's basically after the success from the ship combat in the Assassin's Creed games. They just decided to make a pirate game. It's got a full single-player campaign. It's got 5-on-5 ship combat multiplayer, and so I think it's based off of like a Assassin's Creed like Black Flag game or whatever. Just all the Assassin's Creed games that had ship-to-ship combat.
Yeah, when I first saw it at E3, I thought it was going to be like another Assassin's Creed. Like, and you were starting out with like a ship battle.
Like, oh man.
And
guess what, you guys?
They just kept doing ship battles.
Ship battles.
I'm like, oh, okay, so it's just a ship
I thought
game.
it looked pretty cool though. We'll see after the.
Hopefully, it can live up to be better than Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
or were we like when Skull Bones got announced?
Like at the same
we
time.
were like making fun of like Sea of Thieves and seeing Skull and Bones look better, and it probably will be better because I think Sea of Thieves sucked.
Yeah.
So.
All right, and with the final.
This is a sleeper
this
pick,
is
I think.
Mr. Irrelevant pick, but yeah, it could be very good. A game that I want to get. MLB The Show 19. So we got our first sports game in here that somebody picked.
Yeah, somebody who doesn't even like sports.
The guy doesn't even like sports.
I don't even like
ball.
sports. I was like literally like I was like, all right, I need to put
got
something in
because
there that I
you
know
like
is going to
it.
do.
Well, there is one that I missed out on that I wish I would have picked was a Forza.
Motorsport 8.
Yeah,
But you can pick it up in the free agency, but thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
I'll wait until something. I'll wait until something good gets like a release date. So, but yeah, that was a game I missed out on. Can't put that in the same category as.
So Bryce Harper on the cover of MLB The Show. What do you say about MLB The Show?
No jersey for him yet, though.
What do you say about? Who do you want to hit a home run with?
We've already like established.
Who's your player you want to play most?
Yeah,
I don't know where
which
you're trying to go
team?
with this.
Which team you want to play as and which player?
Fucking Cincinnati Reds, motherfuckers.
And which player are the Reds?
What franchise are you gonna take?
I don't fucking know. Don't care. Not my problem.
You
Not
just
my
think
game,
it's
not my
gonna
problem.
review good, but
Let's just see them reviews when it comes out. Let's see those fucking reviews.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same thing with Shenmue for me.
Yeah, exactly. Review teams.
See, I'm gonna play all the games on my list besides maybe Devil May Cry.
Why are you not gonna? Alright, never mind. Let's just go to the next one.
I don't know. I never played any of those
You're
games.
playing Shovel Knight finally?
No, it's fine. Let's just go to the next one. Shovel
that
Knight.
was yeah.
I do recommend Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I might
That's
play
good
Shovel
game.
Knight.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, so that was it. That was the full draft on. Before we go into the counter picks, do you guys want to go through one more time our rosters really quick? I'll just list off all the groups.
They heard them all. I mean,
Yeah.
No, okay. So
Hey,
we'll just-
if you want to see our rosters,
yeah,
check out our league on fantasycritic.games.
that's right. Yeah, so go on there. You can review the rosters on there.
leave in the comments who you think's gonna win.
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
it's gonna
We
be-
want to make it an interactive kind of league. Let's have some trash talk. Let's talk about how Wolf Interactive Games
I mean,
would
we
be
all
the
know who's
number
gonna
one
win. Come on.
winner. Who's going to be better, Bob's or Regana's? Find out.
Yeah.
What
Who do you like better?
What do you prefer?
Yeah,
Bob's or
well,
Regana's?
Yeah.
The big ones or the tight ones? Which one are you looking
Yeah, I
for?
don't know. I feel like that's kind of a
Is that cringy?
No, it's just I feel like in that case I would lose. Anyway, moving
Okay,
on.
anyway, so we talked about earlier there were counter picks. So each of us took two counter picks. We picked a game that somebody else picked that we think is going to either review poorly or that is not going to come out in 2019. And so, but we could not pick the same game to do a counter pick as somebody else. So Wolf Interactive Entertainment went first with the counter picks. And with the first overall counter pick, he took the second overall picked game, which was Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
So he's confident, as I am, that it's coming out in 2019. He's confident it's not coming out in 2019.
It's going to get good reviews.
But
we know this, but
if
there's
it
no
comes
way
out-
it's coming out this
If
year.
it comes out in 2019, then that's
I'll
gonna
be
in
happy.
rough shape for
I'd be happy.
your team.
I'd be happy.
It
if
would have
came
been
out.
my first
I'm
counter
really
pick as
looking-
well. So
I want that game to come out, but I just don't see it coming out this year.
Alright. Well, we will see at the end of the year.
Let's bet your condo, Scott.
How
Pink
about
slips.
that? How
Well,
about that?
probably know by June. Is that when the grant you said expired?
I'll bet like my dad or something.
Yeah, I think
by
we'll
June.
learn some more in June about that. Okay, so the second counter pick was for Tight Interactive Veganas. So you picked Dreams. So all that hype that you guys were talking about with Dreams.
Yeah, what
and
the
then you
fuck
went
is
and
that
found-
about? Yeah, like
Against
Like,
short
dude,
form,
it's
it's
like,
like,
wait a second.
the game-
He's just talking this
Yeah.
game up really hard.
He's like, "Man, this game looks sweet. Look at what you can do." Category.
Well, no,
I think it's not coming out in 2019.
I mean, I'm hoping it comes out this year, but
Yeah,
that's
so
kind of what the whole reason me kind of
Oh,
thinking is.
Yeah.
So you're not knocking that you're not fascinated by the game. You're knocking it that it's
Yeah.
going to come out this year.
I don't know if it's necessarily not going to come out this year. It's just all these games. There's a hard one to pick as far as.
So you went for
counters.
Dreams.
And I can
You
see
can went for
that
Bloodstained.
as much as that game's
Hey,
gotten,
fuck you.
as much as that game's gotten pushed back, like year after year after year, like
But
how
how
happen
long?
again this year. But I mean, the beta's out finally.
Yeah, how long
But
do they have it?
I don't know if it's going to be a full release this year. Like maybe it's going to be an early access release. So.
Don't do this to me.
When did the beta come out? Or when was it in playable form where people actually got to play it? When did that start?
Just like a week ago.
Yeah, I think
so,
this month.
I mean, dude, they've got
They're ready to rock and roll.
they've got 11
yeah,
months.
but the game, the type of game this is, I can see it going in early access and not being like a full on release.
Well, yeah.
Remember when I announced that Sony's going to have like a spring conference? I think we're going to get a release date. Either that's going to be through like a normal blog post on the PlayStation blog. It has to be coming out this year.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, can it wait another year? If you have games potentially like Last of Us Part 2 and Death Stranding, like, this year would be the perfect year for it. Get it away from Days Gone, push it towards like the summer. 2 big exclusives come out in the same year, and then you do 2 last hitters in 2020.
Yeah.
But again, if you want to maybe avoid Cyberpunk or I don't know, we'll just see.
So, yeah, there's that. And then I'm so good at these transitions.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, guys.
So that's that.
Thanks.
So my Millsy Not the Games had the next counter pick, and I selected Death Stranding. So yeah, I went against
You and
Jake on that one.
Kojima.
I think Scott said in the original video that was not a video. I think he said that it wasn't a good game or something.
Whoa.
I said I'm not.
Those are fighting
He's not
words.
excited.
I'm
Talk
not
about
excited
shit.
for it. Yeah, I'm not
Jared,
excited for it. I don't.
Start doing the peel
We
off
haven't
and fight
seen
them.
like barely anything on it. I don't think it's coming out in 2019.
He said it looks stupid.
So I'm not.
It looks stupid.
I'm not big on that game, but
No, I mean that's.
we'll see.
I think it'll be well reviewed. I just think because there's a lot of reviewers. It seems like how the hell did this game get reviewed so high? It's trash. Not that I think the game's going to be trash, but I mean there's definitely going to be people who are just going to jump on it like, yep, it's a great game, 10 out of 10, blah blah blah, just because the name's attached to it. So I think as far as reviews, yes, it'll do well. As far as release, that's the only thing that I'm a little bit worried about as far as picking it. But yeah, I mean I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, so the fourth counter pick went to Big Interactive Bob's, and you selected Yoshi's Crafted World. Uh-oh. I got another-
Why would you
another
pick that? Like, of all the games on the list,
I don't know, dude. Because dude, it's a freaking. I don't know. What did I say in the
You
last
said
video?
something about Yoshi's Woolly World. You didn't think
it's crap,
did
man.
well.
It's woolly
and
and
so you're
shit.
like, wow,
It's
the
just woolly
name
And
woolly.
crafty.
Wool itches, and
The
that's
name
why I
just
didn't do
didn't
so well.
stick out to you.
You don't
I
like
don't
Yoshi,
know.
the
It's just
dinosaur?
like, I don't know.
Something about that game just doesn't grab you, right?
I can't even remember what I said about it.
I think you're prejudiced against the Yoshis.
I think I just wanted to pick something against Brad.
Yeah, probably.
And I was like, well, no, I don't want
Probably.
to do that. I don't want to do that. Screw it, I'll do that.
Well, because you didn't want to hurt any of their feelings, so you went for me.
Or no, it was, or maybe it was the. I think that Brett called.
Give me
him
that
out.
laptop!
I think Brett called him out, and he was like, "Oh, you just picked against it because that was a game you wanted to pick, right, or something like that." There was a game.
He was joking.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to pick that. Like, I know, you know, even I had the, I think Super NES Classic had Yoshi. It had one of the Yoshi games. It had like the first, I think, Yoshi game, like standalone Yoshi game.
Like Yoshi's Island.
And like, I think it was Yoshi. I played it, and I'm just like, I just can't get into this, and like, I can't imagine the audience for that.
It wasn't a twin stick shooter,
Besides,
indie
like,
game. It wasn't your speed.
you know, kids. But honestly,
It's
you
like
know,
a baby version of Mario Bros. Basically.
yeah, but like just like you guys said, like it's a Nintendo game, so like there's gonna be like a big audience for it anyway. Like even if it's not, you know, like a hardcore audience.
So then why would you
I don't know.
pick it?
I had some kind of reason, but I don't know.
Woolly World only got like a 70 something.
Yeah, it's because Woolly World only got 70 something.
Fuck.
And I knew
I
that
picked the
like,
wrong game.
and I'd
dude.
rather lose a little bit of points than pick something
I
better.
should pick
than lose a
Halo
lot
or
of points.
Star Wars.
Go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah, nobody picked Halo.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, nobody
Fuck
picked Halo, nobody picked
We'll
Star
do it
Wars.
live.
So those are still out there for you
Let's
to
get to the next round counter pick.
Alright, so then you also selected with the 5th counter pick, you selected Skull and Bones. You went after my game.
That makes it sound so like aggressive and like I went after it. Like I was like, this game is going down. You know what I mean? Like no, it's not like the only reason why I heard a lot of good things about Black Flag, and that was the first game that had ship combat, right? I heard a lot of good things about it.
Wait, didn't Assassin's Creed 3 have some type of ship combat?
You're right, it did, but that was the one that I think that one focused more on it. That one kind of refined it.
Right.
That one basically made it. That was the one where it was like, you know, this is actually kind of fun. Because I mean, I had 3 and it was all right. I never played Black Flag, but that's the one that I heard. You know, the ship.
The best part about Black
really
Flag basically was
the ship
the
battle.
ship battles.
Yeah.
So the only reason why I decided that, you know, maybe that would be a good choice for, you know, counter pick was because it's just going to be ship battles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas in, you know, Black Flag, it's like that would be, you know, you have, you know, stuff where you're running around doing things, but then it's like, oh, you know, then I can do this and completely change the game. But I feel like playing an entire game of just that, to me, I feel like it would get boring for a lot of people. Maybe, you know, lackluster in like the amount of content there is to it. But I mean, it might be fun for the people who, it's probably very niche, and that like the people who really like the ship combat in Black Flag, like, I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to be a good game, but it just might not, you know, hit that big of an audience.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a multiplayer game? Do you know?
It will be multiplayer.
I figured.
No, would you say it was eight players?
Yeah, like 5v5, I think.
Oh, 5v5.
So if I can find that game on sale for $10, that'd be a cool game to play.
I mean, I'd probably
Yeah.
pick it up. I mean, because I don't have any games like that. It'd be
Do you think it'd be core the Titanfall?
If that's like a
2,
full-on $60 release, though, that's gonna be.
Do you think it'd be core the Titanfall 2, Eric? For $6?
No.
No.
Said no, shit. Maybe we should have got it.
I'm gonna get it, and then Jared's gonna get it. And then Jared's like,
Jared gets it, bro.
Nah, you guys fucked up not getting that game because that's.
Well, no, good thing we didn't get that game because you've been too busy playing
Ah,
fucking Overwatch.
yeah, you were playing
Overwatch?
Yeah, I never seen you once play
I'd
Titanfall.
probably be still on PlayStation if you guys would have bought that game.
You
but,
gotta stick with
yeah.
Xbox.
And now I went back to Xbox, so.
I mean, why don't you play your Switch?
He's the
Okay.
subject. Alright!
He said I might not. All right.
So go on to the 6th counter pick.
Just leave it.
We're back to building up the games. And
Dude, I had to, man, dude.
with
I
the
really gotta go.
6th counter
Scott's
pick,
like, smelling it.
I selected Shenmue 3.
Okay.
What's your problem with Shenmue?
Well,
Shenmue.
Get shampoo. Shampoo.
I just didn't
That's
really
shampoo.
want to counter pick any of the other ones, and you know the game is it's crowdfunded, and I don't know that it's gonna live up to the expectations of the fans. But I don't know, it could be fine.
I mean, I don't know what one got, but I know two got a pretty good review.
Yeah.
Fans love it, but definitely coming out this year, though.
Yeah, we moving on to the 7th counter pick. We are back to Tight Interactive Veganas, who selected Anthem. So you're thinking
The game that you want us to do a live stream on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
You're just telling your friends that you're playing fucking Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust any EA games at this point, really, except for maybe Dragon Age.
I don't blame. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I liked Inquisition. I thought it was pretty good, but
I liked it too.
I don't remember any review scores on it. But I mean,
It won a Game of the Year award.
It was
Did it
highly-
really?
But
Yeah,
again, this was in 2014. It was really weak because like Shadow of Mordor.
It was a very weak year.
Yeah.
And even Shadow of Mordor, I think, got way better reviews than it should have. I think they reviewed that higher than it should have been.
It was one of the
because it was a
first-
weak year.
One of the first next gen games, so it's like
Yeah, that game was also cross-gen, wasn't
I want to say yes.
So I personally played a lot of Shadow of Mordor, and I fucking hated that.
You were
game like
streaming it on
ever.
Facebook one
it?
day.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, like I thought the you know the what do they call it, the Nemesis system
Yeah.
or whatever the hell. Like, I thought that was really cool. Like, because you could like get killed by like an Uruk or whatever the hell.
It was fun at
And
first.
like, but you could go up the ranks. Like you could intentionally find him, let him kill you. He'll go up again. You know, he'll get stronger and stronger, and then you fucking annihilate his ass. And you might not even die. And then you have to do it again and again. And it's like, you know,
That sounds like fun.
that does sound like fun. I don't care what you think, dude. I thought that was like a really cool thing to do because like
It is cool.
you know,
Well, back
like,
to
I think it got too repetitive, though. That was my problem with it.
that is
Yeah.
true, but that's why you gotta have fun with like you know
well,
the
let's
Nemesis.
let's
games.
transition back to Anthem.
Sorry, yeah. Anthem. Yeah.
Anthem.
Anthem.
EA games.
I mean,
So how I got Shadow of Mordor?
I was because
You're
you're
talking about
comparing
when-
BioWare,
yeah.
Dragon Age Inquisition into 2014, the weak year, to Shadow of Mordor.
Your distrust of EA games, pretty much.
Yeah.
But well,
Okay.
Shadow of Mordor wasn't EA. It was Warner
No, but he
Brothers.
was likening it to Shadow
Oh,
of Mordor,
okay.
because he said in that
Well,
year.
I mean, I've been playing the Anthem VIP beta came out today, so we started playing. Well, I guess we started playing that today.
He's gonna talk it up because he already paid for it because he got the VIP bid.
Well, I'm on the Steelbook, so. But yeah, so you don't think it's gonna be that good, or you think it's
Well,
gonna?
you played the beta, so.
Yeah, and like
I'm not telling
Why
you,
don't
man.
why don't you play
I'm
the
not
beta?
telling you.
I'm not telling you.
Wait, and-
It's
and-
VIP. I'm under NDA.
Well, these counter picks can't be
I'm
changed
not- I'm
now.
not-
so
I was gonna
it's
say
already
I'm not
definitely
doing
not an NDA.
It's
No,
already
okay.
set.
So how was the beta?
I mean, we played one mission of
Full,
it.
yeah, full disclosure, we played like 15
Well,
minutes
yeah,
of it.
I can't give a
Do you know if
very.
there's like a difficulty setting?
Yes.
Or anything? There is.
Mhm.
Is there?
I didn't remember seeing that.
See, that's kind of stupid, I think, because you fucking grind to get all this fucking gear.
I don't think there's PvP in this game.
And yeah, there's no PvP, exactly. So you grind to get all this fucking gear, and then you can just, I'm gonna set it to easy now. Like, no,
Well, again,
if I'm trying to
higher
grind for this
difficulty
gear,
levels
I
you
wanna
have,
keep it on the same
The
difficulty.
more rare loot you can get in
Is
the
it-
game.
Is it kind of like
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how rare
And
you
in my
lose.
javelin
If you
was
you
fucking
just play it on
sick.
easy to beat this fucking boss. So like,
Well, like,
Yeah, but you don't get good loot then.
but that's kind of like how like Diablo is, right?
Yeah, I mean, Diablo 3's the.
yeah, but just
PvP
put the final
is
boss
not
on
like
easy, and
anything.
there you go. You don't need the good loot.
Well, because then it becomes more of like a grind to get like better loot and better loot, which
Yeah.
can get boring for some people. I mean,
But
me,
some people-
myself included.
Well, I like grinding for loot, but that's
But for
fucking
some
going
people,
to PvP.
It's
but,
a real addiction. That's why people love Diablo and World of Warcraft
Yeah.
so much.
yeah.
It's like, you know, World of Warcraft introduced, you know, like mythic raids and stuff, like higher and higher level
Yeah,
shit.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, World of Warcraft has PvP, so you can go fuck up people with your gear, with your PvP,
Oh.
or with your you fuck people in PvP with your good gear.
Oh boy.
You can fuck people in PvP. Damn, we're
But like I'm saying, with that you can fuck up people in PvP with your gear. And Diablo, you get all that gear, but you don't have like a difficulty setting, so
Yeah, Diablo,
you gotta,
do
get,
have
you
a
gotta
setting.
get the good gear to beat the
What
good
if-
bosses.
What if like
in the
post,
Anthem you can just change the difficulty. Like,
what if in post launch they did at some point come out with some kind of PvP?
I mean, that would be cool, yeah, because that's kind of like the thing that's killing this game for me is the fact that they have no PvP.
So you're saying
I'm doing all
because.
this grinding for no reason, really.
So
It's
you would
not
not be interested in a Diablo game then?
No, I said Diablo.
But Diablo's in
It's
PvP.
good because they don't have a difficulty setting. So
Yeah,
you
they
actually.
do.
Yeah, they do.
That's huge.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they have a lot
Yeah.
of difficulties. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like the whole. Like,
Oh, man.
you-
Oh, busted.
difficulty-
Oh, what do you think?
better-
What do you think, Adam? I think this myth is busted.
Nah. I mean,
Eric's like,
you kinda
It's
got
like
it
that.
there.
It's like that.
He's like,
We'll
wait a
just-
second, scrap it.
let's just- yeah.
cut that.
Yeah,
cut
press
that.
stop.
Yeah. You know that's on the video the first time.
Please
It was
tell me sabotage.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I see what he's saying though, because you get this gear because
I know what he's saying.
You
I'm
want
just
to
giving
test
you
that
shit.
gear against
Right,
other
yeah,
people,
we're just
against an
messing
actual
with it.
challenge.
You want the bragging rights. You want to come out saying, "Hey, I got this gear because I killed this boss, and like you did it, so I'm better than you." Like,
And also worries me like watching these videos because I mean I guess they're probably just put into easy difficulty to show off the game, but every video I've watched it's like there's no enemies, like they're just flying around doing bullshit. Like
yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Well, let's move on. We're on to the last counter pick that was
That's for
made.
last.
It was by Wolf Interactive Entertainment. And
More like
you
wow.
selected, kind of surprisingly, because of how much you like this series, but
Mm-hmm.
it's because of questioning whether it'll be out this year.
Right.
The Last of Us Part 2.
So it's kind of like a win-win situation for me. It comes out this year. Super stoked. Game of the year, no doubt. Unless Cyberpunk comes in, then I could get hairy. But Last of Us Part 2, whenever it comes out, it's going to be a front runner for the Game of the Year. It's going to be a great game. And I want it to come out this year. I want to play it as soon as I can. But I just think it's going to take another year for that game to come out. And I think the sweet spot's going to be sometime in the summertime for The Last of Us Part 2 next year. And I would say if PlayStation is smart, let Days Gone have its time and then let Dreams come out and have its time. Because you don't want Last of Us Part 2 to come out in 2019 with another zombies game, right? Like Days Gone. You don't want to cannibalize those sales. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm thinking, hey, let The Last of Us Part 2, give them another year, let them get everything right, because that's have a multiplayer thing too, so get that all sorted out, let it shine, let it have its moment.
yeah.
So, but again, I want that game to be good. I want that game to come out of my hands as soon as it possibly could. I just don't see it coming out this year.
Okay.
You're risking a lot with these counter picks though, because
Yeah,
those
that's
are
a
two
big
like
counter pick. That's a big
well,
one.
Yeah,
and
if
what was
both
this other one?
Cyberpunk,
Well, hey,
Yeah,
at Wolf
strongest fucking
Interactive Entertainment, we got some big balls. Okay.
Okay.
Just ask him.
Oh boy. Okay, I think
come on, dude.
we're all getting about ready to wrap this up. I'm glad that you guys, anybody who stuck with us watching today, thank you.
They should be thanking us. We recorded 2 fucking videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Set this up for you
We
guys.
gotta
Yeah.
thank the fans. The fans are.
That's very
We love our fans.
Yeah, Oscars.
I drove 2.5 hours
Yeah, you drove 2.5 hours
for you guys.
Yeah, because
So-
he loves you guys so much.
Yeah.
Tell him you love him.
I love you,
You too, Sean Murray.
guys.
Sean.
At Sean Murray. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Okay. Well, fantasycritic.
Did you kiss Sean Murray, dude? Fuck.
No, it was like a big up.
Check
It's
out
like,
our
oh,
website, your own fantasy league. I think with that, we're ready to sign out. Have a good weekend, everybody. Hope you enjoy. We'll catch you next week.
Later.
Peace.
Totally blew an imaginary.